Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Sends it home from three-point land.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Garuba, defended by Brown. There's a screen from Garuba. Offensive rebound, pass to Deck. And here they come. Here's Calathis. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Garuba. On target from range.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Calathis. James outside. 4 on the clock. And Musa pulls it down.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
3 on 3. Pass to Brown. Fast break, here we go. Fires in the triple.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. The three, James. Can't hit that one. James has gone 1 for 3 from the field here. 4-3. That shot is good by Campazzo.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Inside. Here's Brown. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Let's go with a 3. That shot missing. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. It's a 3 on 3 fast break. Garuba with the bucket. Garuba's got 6.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Here's Calathis. They set the screen. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3. 1:56 left in the first quarter here. Here's Musa. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
James, right side. The fader hits the trifecta. 6 points for him.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Brown with a screen from the arc. The shot by James, no good. James has gone 2 of 5 from the floor. 51 seconds left now in the first quarter. Musa, no good.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Right side Brown. The three. Drains the triple. Brown's got 5 points.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Pass to Garuba, and that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
So it's the home team now. Ibaka for 3. Tries again. He gets it in there.
That's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
Diallo outside. What if it goes? No good. Misses at the buzzer. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. They lead by 3. Quarter number. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Here's Mata-Yunus. The 3 is up. The shot, no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Really left him alone that time.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Pass to Corley. Diallo outside. It's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. With the clock winding down. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give him a spark. Back to Ibaka. Fires from deep. Drills it from deep. Ibaka's got 6 here in the quarter.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Down low. Pass to Corley. For 3, Diallo. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Inja. There's a screen. And here's Ibaka. Give him 8. Pass to Inja. To the wing, right side. Here's Hazonia. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Corneli. Diallo outside. Pass to Corneli. Uses the glass on the layup.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Ibaka's shot is off. To the inside. Akobo. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Looking to to slow it down here, run a play.
Which is interesting because they've done much better playing with pace.
Ibaka's shot is off. For three, Diallo. It's rebounded by Ibaka.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Pass to Inja. Here's Hazonia. Shot on the wing. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. 5 points in the game.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
1:36 left in the first half of basketball. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. To the paint. Here's Njai. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
For three, Diallo. Second chance effort. Corneli, that's good. Corneli's gotten his third basket of the night.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Diallo on the wing. Pass to Corneli. And here's Diallo. Fires for three. They get it back. Corneli, that's good. Corneli's got 8 points.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's Hazonia. Knocks down the triple.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Tipped. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Back to Diallo. And there's the screen. Over to the wing. Misses the three. And we've reached halftime in this one. They're up by 8. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Please direct your...
Fellas, I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you... And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the home team.
I have some research.
Glad you could join us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. So it's the home team now. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Deck in at the three. Here's Musa.
Away team foul. Blossoming. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Garuba. And it's all from three-point range. It's Brown on the wing. Oh, ripped away. Here's the break from behind the arc. Pass to Musa. Another shot. 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Knocks down the long J. He's got 9.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
At the line for the away team.
And the second free throw is good.
Taking 3 shots.
And he nails the third. The three. No good.
Not a great start to this second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Beyond the arc, drops in the three.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sidelines.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Shot clock at 5. Here's Garuba.
They're going to the three-point shot to try to open up their lead, but they're not having quite the same success they were in the first half. An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Knocks it down from distance. Give him 8 points now.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
They set the pick. Clock at 6. To the inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Great job setting him up. The timing of the pass was key.
James outside. And the three-pointer goes. James has got 12 points.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Count that bucket.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's James on the wing. He's got 12. Here's Kalathis. Takes a three. No good on the shot. Pass to Garuba. From downtown. Count it from distance.
Well, that's now his third triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Here's Kalathis. No made baskets yet. Oh, it's stolen. And they're on the break. No good with a layup.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And here's the fast break. It's James on the wing.
Come to me, come to me.
Here's Kalathis. The three is up. Garuba with a rebound. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. From outside the arc, pure from three-point range. Garuba's got 8 here in this quarter.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And as we end the third quarter, a double. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Akobo. For 3, Diallo. Connects from downtown.
Their three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half. Here's Hezonja, covered by Diallo.
There's the three. He's off on that one. Here's a Kobo to the wing on the left. To the middle. Diallo outside. They set a pick from deep. No luck on that one. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Hazonia, covered by Diallo. Pass to Inja. To the left wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Ibaka. Out to the wing. Three-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Oh, he picked him clean. To the left side wing. Here's Inja. The three ball. Gets the three ball to go.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Down low. The Kobo gets the bucket.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Pass to Hazonia. Fires the three. The rebound by Cornelie. Cornelie's got 6 rebounds in the game. Diallo outside. Here's the three. He can't get that one to fall.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Injai. No good on the triple. Here's Cornelie. Diallo outside. Here's a Kobo. And Hazonia pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Fades away. And he can't get that one.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
There's a screen. Three-pointer, no good.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
For three. Kept alive. Out left to the wing. Off target from three-point range. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Jacks up a three. Sinks it from distance.
It's safe to say the outcome is no longer in question.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit, and I think this has been one of those times.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
Checking in for the away team, Diallo, Okobo.
James inside, Garuba on him. And here's Brown for three. He buries it from three. There's 45 seconds left in the game. Here's Garuba. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Cuts off the pass. Ibaka for three. Hauled in by Brown. And here's the fast break. Sinks the tray.
Papagiannis.
Now Ibaka. fires away from way outside. No good that time. And so the home crowd treated to a win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly...
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. It's Athens and the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Yurtseven, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the four-man position. Rebound by Tavares. Here's Musa. There's the screen. This one for three. It's hauled in by Athens. Grant surveying the D. Corner shot. Can't hit that one. Here's Campazzo. Pass to Garuba. A three ball. Good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
From deep, Hernan Gomez hangs on the trifecta.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's the three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Grant for three. Another three for Athens.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Musa passes to Campazzo. Here's Garuba. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. From the arc. Here's Hernan Gomez. Deck pulls it in. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Garuba. Off target from outside.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Pass to Musa. From outside the arc. Drills it from outside. Musa's got 6.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
There's the three. Rebound by Tavares. Here's Garuba. Traps in the tray. Garuba's got his second basket of the game.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Here's Grant. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Over to the left wing. Here's Musa. Nailed from three-point land. 9 points in the game so far.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
And the dunk by Grant.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here's Osman. Scoreless thus far. The three. And Garuba pulls it down. And they're pushing it up. There's a good screen. Lets it go from deep. Drains the three-pointer. Garuba's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Lucas. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Musa passes to Garuba. Pass to Tavares. Shot clock at 5. Here's Campazzo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Athens with another miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Musa passes to Tavares. He got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. They lead by 12. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Good on the three-point shot.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And for Athens, Hazonia defending. Nunn looking around. Three-pointer. The rebound by Enja. Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
And Ibaka kicks to Hazonia. Cans it from downtown. Hazonia's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And for Athens, and we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Papa Petro. And the jumper is on the mark. And the home team has possession. Now Hazonia. A three-pointer is right on target. Hazonia's got his second bucket tonight.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
There's a screen. Fires for 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Uncovered. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Hazonia's got 8 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Ibaka. Lets it go with the 3. Back to Hazonia.
Athens foul call. None. First personal foul. First team foul.
Athens on D. Here's the screen. Ibaka for 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
He was all alone on that one.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Now, here is Ibaka. He's got 6. Puts up a 3. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for 1 more.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that fast.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
My question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And now, here's Hazonia. He's got 8. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
There's 1:47 left in the first half of the game. The offensive rebound. Out to the wing. Lock at 6. Papa Petro gets it to go from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Ibaka for 3. It's good from long range.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Brown finds none. And the layup is good. Nunn's got 5 now.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Pass to Enja. Takes a 3. He's off on that one. Athens trails by 16. To the inside. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Lasagna shoots the 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Pizzonia defending. No good on the 3. Out left to the wing. Out to Ibaka for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Ibaka's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can... And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. They lead by 18, and we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Well, I think for the home team, I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the home team.
The three-point chances.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Musa in at the 2-guard position. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Athens.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And for Athens, they've got Grant. And it's Osman in at the 3 slot. Here's Garuba. Connects from 3-point range. Garuba's got 12 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Hernan Gomez with a screen for Grant. Pass to Yurtsevin. Here's Osman. Still scoreless. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Athens trails by 21. Slukas passes to Grant. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. 8 points for him.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the 3-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
From deep. Right wing, out of bounds. Athens takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. There's Slukas. Offline with his 3.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Musa passes to Tavares. Here's Garuba. Jacks up a 3. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Fires the 3. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Osman kicks to Hernan Gomez, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
To the left wing, Latre. Deck's shot is good. Deck's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
And here's Hernan Gomez outside. Hits the 3-point bomb.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Musa passes to Deck. For the 3. Musa with the bucket. Musa's got 12.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And here's Hernan Gomez outside. Deck pulls it in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players. But with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects, and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just 1/3 of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Musa trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Athens trails by 21. Here's Osman. No good from outside.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the third quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
Launches a 3. And it's Osman with the rebound. And here is Athens now. There's Lucas. Finish off the break.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Tavares can't hit. Now Athens with it. From past the arc. Cranes it from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Here's Musa. Out to the right wing. Tavares passes to Deck. Clock at 4. Pass to Tavares. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jumper for 2. Tavares has got his first points of the night.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort. Not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
Long range from the inbound. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 18. And after a quick break, we're going to... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Garuba in a power forward. Rebound by Tavares. Here's Deck. Pass to Campazzo. Takes the 3. It doesn't go for him.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Banked in off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Here's Garuba. Beyond the arc. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Garuba's got 21.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Tavares. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Musa with the bucket.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
Petro. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable, it creates that much of an advantage for the offense. You have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And they call an illegal screen here. Here's a look at the schedule for Athens on Tuesday and then on Sunday. Athens trails by 19 from downtown, and no good that time. Over to the wing. Pass to Njai. Misses the 3. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Athens. Here's Nunn. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
There's the pick. Pass to Njai. He's covered by Brown, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Here's Njai, launches it. It's hauled in by Brown. Petro. Another 3 for Athens.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
2 minutes.
Pass to Ibaka. The 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Brown. And the layup falls. Brown's got his first points in this one.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Ibaka for 3. Nunn grabs the board. Athens trails by 14. Petro misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another. It matters.
Took him no time at all on that one. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Njai kicks to Hazonia. Inside. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Athens.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Nunn can't get it to fall. And here is Ibaka. From deep 3-point territory. Got it to drop!
Goodbye!
He got it to drop!
Goodbye and good night!
Oh, he made it, Doris!
Wow.
He made
Holy
it!
moly, he made that!
And so the home crowd treated to a win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It's Athens facing the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Yurtseven and Slukas in at the 1. Just 5 to shoot. Fades away and sinks the tough shot.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Fires from deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's James. He takes it in. Pass to Papagiannis. Brown outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Knocked loose. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Osman. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside, James. Hits it from three-point range. James has got 5 now.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now, here's Nunn. From down in the low post, it goes.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Brown against Hernan Gomez. James outside. Into the lane. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. 3-pointer, and it's blocked by Brown, and they'll keep possession. Hernan Gomez a screen. Here's Slukas. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Here's Papagiannis. Sinks the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now, here's Nunn. And he lays it straight in. Nunn's got his second basket of the night.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Brown outside. To the wing on the left. Here's Kalathis. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Athens trails by 5. Slukas passes to Nunn. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Driving in. Slukas. James covering. There's Slukas. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. He's got 6.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
There's the pick. James looking it over. Pass to Brown. Here's Calathis, defended by none. Spins. Calathis gets the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
43 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Pass to Papagiannis. Calathis kicks to James. Fires for three. Yurtsevin with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Driving the lane. Hernan Gomez finds Yurtsevin. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's Lucas. Count it. Good.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Outside, James. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Up 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Taking a look at Athens.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Here's a Kobo. Fires from way outside. To the left side wing. Here's Corniche. Goes back up. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Brown. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Pass to Corniche. Odiunas, a screen on Grant. Here's Korkmaz. A three-pointer, no good. No one near him. Again, Athens. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. To the wing right side. Okobo looking over the floor. Back to Odiunas. Pass to Okobo. 5 to shoot. A 3-ball. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. To the wing on the left. Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Grant. Odiunas, a screen on Brown. Here's a Kobo. Back to Odiunas. Here's Korkmaz, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here is Athens now. And the foul called on Korkmaz. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's a look at the schedule for Athens. On Saturday, then on Tuesday, Athens shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he makes the first.
Grant. 2 shots.
And Grant drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Korkmaz passes to Corniche and taken away by Brown. Puts up a 3, knocks down the 3-ball. And Athens leads by 5.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line. And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that. This story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
And the dunk by Grant.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, there's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Out of bounds, Athens takes possession.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Athens leading by 4. Brown dishes to Grant. Plays at the pick. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Diallo. Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Brown. To Okobo. From deep. It's hauled in by Athens. Brown outside. Unloads. They get it back. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
7-second difference, shot in game clock. Drills the three-pointer. And now it's a 9-point Athens lead.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Grant. Korkmaz, no good. Shoots from the corner. Again, Athens.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And so it's Athens holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Look at Athens. Coming down the final stretch of the season, about a month left. I think they're in a pretty good spot.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for Athens.
Their bench came.
And that is it for halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Athens leading by 11. They've got James. Passing game out there with Brown. And it's Papagiannis in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Calathis. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now, Nunn. An easy 2 points on the layup. Nunn's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And for Athens, we've got Yurtsevin, and it's Nunn in at the 2.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Brown out there with passing game. Then it's James. And it's Calathis in at the shooting guard. No one near James as he lets it go. No good with the triple.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Calathis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Calathis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
Slukas passes to Yurtsevin. Here's Osman. They set the screen. And the three ball is good. Osman's got his first 3 points of the game.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's James. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
They're doing work in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Nunn passes to Slukas. And he comes up with the deuce. He's got 10.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Here's Kalathis. Lays it up and banks it in. Kalathis has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
No good from Hernan Gomez. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, James. They set the pick. Pass to Papagiannis. 6 on the shot clock. And finished off by Brown.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And really the defense foul.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul.
At the line for the away team, Nunn, taking 2 shots.
Now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Out to the right wing, Kalathis. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Kalathis has got 7 now in this quarter. Slukas, James covering. There's Slukas. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
James, the pass to Papagiannis. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Nunn can't get it to fall.
They're getting cold in here. This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
James against Nunn. On the wing, James. 12 points for him.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Nunn. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
There's a good screen. Here's Kalathis. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Athens leads by just 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at Athens.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Here's a Kobo. He's covered by Brown. And it's a Kobo missing.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And so it looks like Athens will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
That one goes. Count it. Now it's a 6-point Athens lead.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Korkmaz got 3 off the mark. Athens leading by 6. And it's Grant in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range. Grant's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. There's Diallo. The shot's good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Diallo is screen on Brown. Here's a Kobo. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
James checked in for Korkmaz. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Athens.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists.
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, breakdowns like this are only going to hurt you moving forward and late in the game. Establish some trust and make the defense come together.
James kicks to Diallo. Just 5 on the clock. James, the pass to Diallo. Tries it from 19, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Petro. Good, and Grant gets the assist. And Athens leads by 6.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
The screen from Brown. Akobo, the pass to James. And he's good on the 3-ball. James has got 10 points in just the second half.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that 3 of their own. And this gets the crowd energized.
And here is Athens now. Grant outside. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Here's the screen to the middle. It's intercepted.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
To Diallo.
Home team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And he dunks it down.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And here's James outside. It's hauled in by Athens. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
From past the arc, basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
There's the three. Diallo, no good. Now Athens with it. 7-point differential. Again, Athens.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Here's Papagiannis. That's tipped. Now Athens with it. They're on a 14-6 run. The three-pointer off the mark.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Fires from way outside. Doesn't go for him. So Athens wins it. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile one.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Campazzo in at the point.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Nails it from three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Garuba, defended by Brown. Launches a three. Garuba with the bucket.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here is James. Launches it. And Musa pulls it down. Lets the three fly. Fires the three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
First quarter, just over a minute played. James, right side. And they're on the run. For the finish. Offensive rebound. Right wing. Here's Musa. Plenty of room to knock down that one. He's got 5.
You've got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
And James puts up a deep three. He drops it from range.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Here's Musa. He's got 5. Gets the three to fall.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. And that one's good. James
just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Garuba. Pass to Musa. And that one is hammered home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Kalathis. Off target from outside. And they're pushing it up. Takes the three. Pass to Campazzo. Out to the right wing. James, right side. The three. Hits the three-pointer. James has got 8. Here's Musa. He's got 10. Fires from deep. Doesn't go that time. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. The three, James. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him. Here's Campazzo. No points so far. To the right side. Let's go with a 3. Pass to Garuba from the arc. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Kalathis. Inside. Stolen. Here's Deck. Buries it from 3.
Fast break creates the open look. He drills it with confidence.
James outside. Brown with a screen. This one for 3. The shot by James. No good. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Counted from distance.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's the pick. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
Home team foul.
Here's Campazzo.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
30 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Ooh, poked away. Brown finds James. Brown with a screen. And Brown with the stuff.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
While this call may not decide the game, you always prefer to get it right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center is
a free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. They lead by 6. And we'll be back with you shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
We've got Furkan Korkmaz, and it's Kornei in at the 4-man position.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Knocks it down from distance.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
On Sunday, then on Monday,
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Pass to Ibaka. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. The three is up. They grab their own miss. Screen by Ibaka. From deep. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Hazonia. Yet to see a basket. Sinks it from distance.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Korkmaz. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And that one's good. Korkmaz has got his first basket. And a chance to add to the lead here.
Yeah, B.A., they should really stick with what they've been doing.
To the inside. Now here's Ibaka. Jacks up with three. The rebound by Corneli. To the paint. Here's Montejunas. Pass to Corneli. Here's Akobo. Offline with a three. Here's Hazonia. And there's a pick. Ibaka with it. Picked it. Here's Akobo. Fires the three. Oh, got a piece of it. Korkmaz on the wing. 4-3. The shot comes out.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Nails it from three.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Diallo, a screen on Ibaka. Out to the right wing. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. For three, Diallo got a hand on it, and they recover it. Diallo on the wing. Pass to Korkmaz. Shot clock at 2. Misses the jumper from the wing.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Injai can't hit. Here's Montejunas. Here's Akobo. Fires in the triple.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Here's Hazonia, covered by Diallo. Here we go, one-on-one. A minute 15 left to play in the first half. The three is up. Korkmaz, no good. Korkmaz is gone, just 1 for 4 so far. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of this one. Akobo gets the bucket.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
The shot by Hazonia, no good. Here's Korkmaz. There's the three. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Ibaka, good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Here's Corneli, right wing. Here they come with numbers in transition. Knocks down the triple.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Here's Korkmaz. No good on the buzzer beater. And so that brings the first half to a close. They lead by 13. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Offensive rebounding is like an ATM, cashing in extra chances to score. Trust me, that's a fun way to play.
And now let's... Glad you could join us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Out to the right wing. Here's Musa. Launches a three. The three ball. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the 2-guard position. James, left side. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. James has got 14 points for the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Oh, he drains it. His 6th making 9 tries so far.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Screen by Deck. To the middle. Pass to Campazzo. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Musa. And a miss there on the triple.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
For 3, James. And Musa pulls it down.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Garuba, no good.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
For 3, James. Again, the miss by James. Here's Musa. 16 points for him. Hits a three-pointer. 19 points in the game.
Making his mark from long range today. That's his 2nd triple of the half, his 5th overall.
Brown with a screen. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. From downtown, pure from three-point range. Brown's got his 2nd basket.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
They're looking to trim the deficit to single digits. Brown with a screen. James outside.
Away team foul. First personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Here's Kalathis. Fires the 3. He can't get it to go. Here's Musa. Connects from downtown.
He hit 3 triples in the first half. 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
James deciding where to go with it. 1:43 left in the third quarter. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Home team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 1:34 left in the third quarter. Fires for 3. They get it back to the wing on the left. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
A 3 off the inbound. And Campazzo missing. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Korkmaz on the wing. He's got 5.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Pass to Akobo. Diallo with the ball. Here's Mata Yunus. That's Ibaka defending. Here's Korkmaz. No good from outside.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Drills it from deep.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
It's stolen. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Three-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc. He has 6.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
There's the steal. Here's Akobo. Drops in the 3. 5 ticks left in the third quarter. Ibaka for 3. Drains the triple. Ibaka's got 15.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Delivering the blowout. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Furkan Korkmaz, and it's Diallo in at the 3.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Launches it. Njai's shot is good. Njai's got his first 3 points of the game.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Pass to Ibaka. Here's Njai. To the wing, right side. Puts up a 3. Ibaka's shot is off.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Korkmaz. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Ibaka.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
Left side, Brown. James passes to Brown. Back to James. Lets the 3 fly. They get it again. Pass to Brown. From deep. Njai grabs the miss. Njai's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Takes a 3. Knocks down the long J.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
Galathis has gone 2 of 4 so far tonight. Back to Ibaka. Fades. Called in by Brown. James outside. There's a screen. Shot from the wing. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Now here's Ibaka. The D's right on him. Pass to Inja for three. No luck on that one.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Kalathis. Back to James. The three. It's rebounded by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this
2
one.
minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the 4th quarter. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
Check by James. Pass to Azonia. Hits the trifecta.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
The shot by James, no good.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
And stolen by Brown. There's 1:17 left in the 4th. James outside. Back to Brown. There's the triple. He buries it from 3. Brown's gone 2 for 2 from distance tonight. Down low. Pass to Ibaka. Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good. There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. James outside. Screen by James. Here's Kalathis. Just 5 to shoot. No good with the triple. Out left to the wing. Pass to Inja. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They have to feel good about this performance.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team and Athens. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Campazzo in at the 1 spot. Here's Musa. Drills it from outside.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Osman. For 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's Garuba. He's defended by Yurtseven. Lets it go with a 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Lucas passes to Hernan Gomez. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Here's Garuba. Off target with his 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Osman. Good on the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Osman's gone 50% from the arc. 1 of 2. Got that one up quick.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. There's Lucas. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Garuba, defended by none. Garuba's shot is off.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
None, that's good.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
There's the pick. Here's Musa. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Musa's got 6.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so it looks like Athens will retain possession here. The visitors on defense. There's Lucas. Another 3 for Athens. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Campazzo. It's good. Garuba's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's none. And a miss there on the triple.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Cans it from downtown.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Musa with the bucket. And here is Athens now. Pass to Hernan Gomez for the 3. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Garuba. To the right side. Musa with the bucket. He's got 11.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Nunn kicks to Yurtseven. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lucas sinks the 3-pointer. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Here's Musa. He's got 11. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
3 points.
Musa's got 14 points for the game. Pass to Yurtseven. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Lucas. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Musa, defended by none. Garuba the pass to Musa. With 4 seconds on the clock. No good there.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. They're up by 2. And don't go away. We'll... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Grant for 3. A second chance effort. It's deflected. Baca against Grant. The 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul. First
Nothing shooting their first free throws of the game. That one is off. And he sinks the second. And here is Hezonja. The 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Pass to Grant, and stolen by Hezonja. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Hezonja defending. From the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
It seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Grant. There's the triple. A rebound by Enja. Hezonja on the wing. Beyond the arc. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Down low. Just 4 to shoot. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Drills the three-pointer. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Athens trails by 7. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. On the wing Brown. Athens moving the ball around. Grant, right side. And no good. Ibaka with some nice D. Pass to Enja. Fires the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Ibaka's got 6.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Hezonja on the wing. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Right wing, wide open, and the basket is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Grant outside. To end the run, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Takes a 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Papa Petro. Athens with another miss.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Athens with another miss. There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Ibaka for three. It's hauled in by Athens.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Njai. Nothing on the board. Here's Azania. And the three off target. Puts up a deep three. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Up by 15. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing.
And let's turn our attention. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
They set the pick. Musa passes to Tavares. Here's Musa, defended by none. Here's Garuba. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And it's Campazzo in a point. Back to Yurtseven, and he jams it with authority.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Osman's gone 1 of 4 so far. Garuba the pass to Deck, and the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. The visitors with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Lucas passes to Hernan Gomez. Shot clock at 6. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 12 points for him.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Osman. From downtown, a shot, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Musa can't hit. Athens trails by 15. And here's Hernan Gomez outside. And Campazzo pulls it down. Here's Musa. Hernan Gomez covering. Garuba the pass to Campazzo. Launches it. Garuba's shot is off.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. count the basket.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Musa with the bucket. Musa's got 20 points.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
From deep, Hernan Gomez. And Garuba pulls it down. Campazzo, the pass to Musa. From deep three-point land. The shot that time, not on target.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
Nunn passes to Hernan Gomez.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Musa. From outside the arc. Here's Campazzo. Hasn't made one yet. Musa with the bucket.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Back to Hernan Gomez. Athens moving the ball around. Here's Osman. 4 on the shot clock. Lets the three fly. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Musa sinks the triple. Musa's got 12 points here in the second half.
And not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate, exactly when his team needs it.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Campazzo, the pass to Musa. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. To the wing right side. Now, here's Nunn. Tight defense on him. Another three for Athens.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Musa passes to Garuba. Here's Musa. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 11. And we're just While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Pass to Ibaka, fires the three, buries it from three-point range.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is he doesn't need much space anyway, but that one was too easy.
Here's Njai, launches it from deep. It's good from long range.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And so Brown will bring it up for Athens. 17-point game. Grant for three. A rebound by Njai. Njai's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, he hasn't made a shot, and his team is losing. Time to find another solution.
They get it again. Out to the right wing. Here's Brown. And good that time.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Hazonia kicks to Njai. Shoots the three. Connects from three-point range.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Papa Petro. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Grant's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
High post Ibaka. Screen by Ibaka. Here's Azania. From outside, off the mark.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Pass to Ibaka. Launches a three. They get it back. Here's Azania. A three-pointer is right on target.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Ibaka right side. Over to the wing. Lets it go from deep. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
There's a screen. Petro. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Lets it fly. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Athens trails by 13. Brown inside the line. A rebound by Hazanya. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they can count this one in the win column. It has been a tremendous effort.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit, and I think this has been one of those times.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Grant goes in. This one for 3. Another 3 for Athens. Stolen. The kick out to Brown. Petro. Off target from 3-point range. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Enjai. Now here is Ibaka. From deep 3-point land. That shot no good. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one was.
Monday, everyone. This evening, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Brown, a screen on your 7. Back to Brown. James, outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's covered by your 7.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Outside none. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And here's your 7. Left side none. Your 7 a screen. None with a bucket.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
James deciding where to go with it. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Athens.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Hernan Gomez gets the bucket.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Rejected by Brown. Beyond the arc. And again, it's Athens with a 3.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
James, outside. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Drives to the hoop. Looking to win the run. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end. Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Athens shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
2 shots.
Good on both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Kalathis. Nunn defends. Count it. Good. And so it's Athens with it. And another miss by Athens.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to James.
2 minutes remaining.
Brown with a screen. It's James with the drive. And it's James with the jam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And another miss by Athens. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
Here's Kalathis. Pass to Brown from behind the arc. The shot no good. And so it's Athens with it. They trail by 1. Outside Nunn. Three-pointer. Can't get it to drop. Nunn's gone 1 for 3 on the night. He's covered by Yurtseven. Right side Brown. He drops it from range.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work. Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Here's James. The rebound by Nunn.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Nunn's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Pass to Brown. 19 seconds left in the first quarter here. Now Nunn. A deep 3. The shot won't fall. Here's Kalathis. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. They're up by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
We've got Furkan Korkmaz, and it's Diallo in at the 3.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Mata-Yunus. Pass to Corneli. Here's Akobo, defended by Brown. They set the pick. Here's Akobo, defended by Brown. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Covered by Diallo. Launches it from deep. Pass to Graham. Just 4 to shoot. Chops one in from the wing.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
And here's Diallo. And he goes in for the dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
From outside, off the mark. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Diallo, a screen on Brown. Here's Mata-Yunus. Pass to Akobo. Top of the key. It's hauled in by Athens.
The defender takes away his space and any chance of him making that shot.
And here's Grant from the arc. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
They set the screen. Here's Akobo. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Athens leading by 3. Pass to Graham. From the arc. And no good. Korkmaz passes to Diallo. Here's Akobo. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by.
minutes remaining in the first half.
Diallo a screen on Brown. Here's a Kobo. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 5.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
Good on the bucket.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
It's good. Corneli's got his first points of the game.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Three-pointer off the mark. Diallo outside. We've got 1:13 left to play in the second quarter.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Korkmaz pulls it in. Here's a Kobo, defended by Brown. Pass to Korkmaz. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Covered by Diallo. Launches a 3. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Grant. Snatched away. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Athens shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
At the line for Athens.
And so it's Athens with it. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Check by James.
Hey, yo, right here.
Puts up a 3. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into the half. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
That does it for halftime. Let's get...
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. On offense, here is Athens. We've got Omer Yurtseven, and it's Nunn in at the shooting guard position. Fires from the line, buries the jump shot. Nunn's got 6 points.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
It's James on the wing. Pass to Brown. It's stolen away. Here's the break. Here's Osman. That three's off the mark. Brown against Nunn. Brown passes to James. Off the mark there with a 3. On offense, here is Athens. The lead is 2. Outside Nunn. Let's go with a 3. Hauled in by Brown.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. To the right side. Here's Yurtseven. And another miss by Athens.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
The 3, James. It's hauled in by Athens.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Outside Nunn. Hernan Gomez sets a screen. None, no good.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Brown with a screen. For 3, James. The shot off that time. James has gotten just 1 of his 7 shots to go. The 3 is up. On target from range.
Well, it's a risky move to pull up from three-point range on the break, but it's a shot he's very comfortable with.
James outside. Over to the wing. Misses in close. Athens leading by 3. Looking to get it going. None, no good. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there, just takes his 2 points, moves on. Pass to Osman. Fires the 3. And again, it's Athens with a 3.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Here's Kalathis. Nunn defends. Here's Kalathis. And the 10-footer finds the target. 9 points in the game.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez sets a screen. You're 7 down low. Check by James. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. That shot off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's James on the wing. Outside, Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
James outside. They set the pick. With the drive. Here's Kalathis. James outside. For the lead. Gets the 3 ball to go. James has got 5.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And slam dunk by James.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your 1 throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Here's Akobo, defended by Brown. Here's Mata Yunus. Pass to Corneli. Grant with a steal. We've got Furkan Korkmaz, and it's Akobo in at the point guard position. Now here's Grant. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
No debate there. He got hammered.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for 2.
And so Grant nails them both. Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer.
Here's Mata Yunus. Pass to Akobo. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Here's Matajunas, just 5 to shoot. Diallo outside. Here's a Kobo. Pass to Corneli. And there's a pick. Diallo, no good. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And there's the drive. That one's good. This game is all even. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
And the visitors call time here. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, over that break I was able to catch the message that the visiting team coach was giving to his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's James. And it's James with the jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
First personal foul, second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Grant outside. Just 5 on the clock. To take the lead. Sinks the tray.
A huge shot. His three-point shooting has been outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside it, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
And so it's Athens with it. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And he gets that one.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Brown, a screen on Brown. Here's James. There's the drive. And it's James with the jam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
And the shot's good. Grant's got 6 in the quarter.
And both teams playing with a little more urgency in this half.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Akobo. Brown, a screen on Grant. Akobo. And it's good for 2. 1:10 left in the fourth. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Grant attacks.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Out to the wing. Outside, Brown. Pass to Diallo. He connects! And that one brings them within 1.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Grant outside. There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And the visitors call time here. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
Unless they can get a wide open jumper, they might want to attack inside, because even if you miss at the rim, you can still draw a foul.
Here's Diallo, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Personal foul. Third team foul. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
And so it's Athens winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.